Welcome back to our contract series breaking down the Greater Fairbanks Board of Realtors residential purchase agreement line by line. If you're buying or selling in Fairbanks or North Pole, this info is critical. In this episode, we're covering paragraphs 6 and 7, which deal with two of the biggest moving parts of the deal, title insurance and buyer financing. If you're relocating to Alaska or just want clarity on what you're signing, hit subscribe and don't forget our Fairbanks relocation guide and our home seller's guide in the description below. Let's start with title insurance. And no, it's not the same as homeowner's insurance. Title insurance protects the buyer and the lender from ownership issues in the property's past, like liens from unpaid contractors, boundary disputes, mistakes in previous deeds, and missing heirs. Yes, this really happens. In Fairbanks, the seller usually pays for the owner's title insurance, while the buyer's lender requires a separate lender policy, which the buyer typically pays for. Pro tip, always get your own owner's policy, even if it's optional, or you're paying cash. It can save you tens of thousands of dollars later. This section also covers how long the buyer has to object to title issues, and that timeline matters. If you don't respond in time, you may waive your right to object. Next up is financing, one of the most common reasons a deal falls apart. This section covers whether the deal is cash or contingent upon some sort of financing like FHA, VA, conventional. If the buyer is using financing to purchase, this section really outlines a lot, including the loan type, whether it's conventional, VA, FHA, etc., the maximum interest rate, the minimum term, loan approval deadlines. It also sets a hard deadline for when the buyer must secure financing. If they don't, and the deal isn't canceled in time, the buyer risks losing their earnest money. Here's a note special for Fairbanks and Alaska in general. VA loans are very common around here, especially around Eielson Air Force Base and Fort Wainwright, so the whole area. So understanding timelines and documentation requirements is critical. If you're in the military, talk to your lender early. VA appraisals can be slower in the interior due to our rural market. If you're liking this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and hit subscribe. The next episode covers information sharing, agent compensation, and some of the legal fine print that most people skip. And don't forget to download our Fairbanks relocation guide or our home seller's guide from the link in the description. Let's talk about risk. If title issues pop up after you close, you're on the hook unless you have owner's title insurance. If your loan falls due at the last minute and you missed your financing deadline, you could lose your earnest money. That's why paragraphs 6 and 7 aren't just paperwork, they're protection. Today, we covered what title insurance is and why you need it, who pays for it, and what happens if issues arise. We also talked about financing deadlines and how they can make or break your deal. Have you ever had a loan or title issue delayed closing? Make sure to drop your story or questions in the comments. Next up, we're going to be digging into paragraphs 8 through 10, including agent commissions, assignment of contracts, and what your agent legally can't do. Subscribe now and give us a call at 907-888-9445 if you're buying or selling in interior Alaska. We'd be happy to help walk you through it.